I just knew you know.
This
your situation though.
Yeah, trying to find him.
cameraman?
Yeah, he's a cameraman.
Alright, I got the cool little setup though.
What?
Yeah, it's a cool little setup.
Yeah.
Oh, you need me to move?
Nah,
Trying to shit, do shit, but I'm still debating and shit. What I'm gonna do and shit, for real. Yeah, I just been behind the scenes. I got the food truck and shit going. Nah, that's blessing. I'm gonna step off and come back because I got dirty refrigerator.
you got off the box. That'll be a cool joint too.
That's alright, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, shit, tell that story and shit and that shit deep. Cause, man, a lot of us and shit grew up and shit, father locked up and all that type shit. So people gotta understand, like, nigga got a whole different mindset from, you know what I mean? Cause my dad got locked up when I was younger and shit. He did like 9 years and shit. So like all through high school, all that. Like I ain't wanna play sports no more, none of that shit. Cause I ain't had the support.
That shit affect you,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit, you know what I mean? I ain't had no support. Mother dead before I was locked up. Who the fuck on? Ain't nobody in my stands, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I look up to and none of that. So it's like, man, fuck that shit.
And that's why I'm doing these podcasts, cause I feel like a lot of men don't even talk about that for real.
Yeah.
How that shit really affected you by not having a father or just parents in general,
Parents
bro.
in general, yeah.
That shit really affects you as a man, bro.
Real live, bro. Real live and shit. So that shit turned me emotionless. You know what I mean? I don't got no, like I'm not in tune with my feelings no more and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't cry, none of that shit. Cause I always remind myself like, nigga, shit, like. Like, if I ain't cry when my mother passed, ain't nothing out this junk could make me cry. You know what I mean? Like, if I ain't cry going through some hard shit like that, there's nothing out here that a nigga could go through that's gonna make a nigga cry. And I just was emotionless. After that, it's just like, every day is gonna be something, you know what I mean? Wake up, keep that shit going. Keep motivating yourself, you know what I mean? And if you can motivate somebody else to get some dope, motivate them too. You know what I mean?
Just say, you know, I'm here with Silenzio.
Anything you want me to highlight, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like accomplishments you got, you know what I mean?
Ride with Uncle Shake.
I'm trying to figure out what's up.
Like the origin story of the brand?
Yeah. Oh yeah, so basically the Silenzio brand was originally started by my dad, and I took it back over in 2017.
Okay.
I took it to another level. My father just came home from doing 10 years in June. So, you know, that's like the storyline of my brand. Now we're running together with it. But it started off with him. I took it back over. Now we're doing it together.
Right.
You know, basically when I do interviews, like, cause me and him, we working on an interview together, but it's me and my father. So it's like, I was telling him, put it in a storyline.
Right.
A storyline, make me start off with how did this brand come about?
That's why we starting off.
Then you go into that, like it's a storyline, so from beginning to end, so it's not, you're not really thinking of like, the questions kind of flow.
Right.
It's not like just coming from random.
So it's about the brand, but it's based off of a true life events.
But it is
Right, and he getting to know me as a person. Flow.
Right, so that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna start off with the quote, then we tap into how you got started, then we just gonna go into questions, just how the conversation go. You know what I mean? Just talk. And I'm gonna just got your question, I got what I got, and I'm gonna just flow them in how we talk. That's what I'm saying. Like I ain't gonna be like a script. I'm gonna just flow it in as we talk.
Nah, that's cool. Just keep it natural.
Yeah.
That's cool. You do it like that.
I just know we gonna start off with how you started, and then you know when I say hear something that you know what I mean, that I feel like you know it need to be highlighted. I'm gonna tap in on it, and we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I said. We could just flow, like we just talking.
And I definitely want to talk about, you know, not having your father, not being, you know what I mean, him being away, because a lot of kids, you know, they need that father figure, but you know, not having that growing up, you know what I mean. How did you know what I mean, learn, you know what I mean, the shit that you know now, like how you and shit like that.
I mean, really, I had to kind of learn as I go. You know, I had certain individuals in my family to step up and show me certain things, but a lot of stuff I had to learn as I go by not having a father present, you know, and there was certain things that really wasn't instilled into me that I would have liked instilled into me if my father was there, present in my life. So it's definitely a blessing that he's home now, because just by him being there,
so much more.
I learned so much more, you know. looking at things from a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
Then I didn't look at it.
So where y'all feel like taking? Where do y'all want to take the brand? Like where y'all go now that y'all together now? Y'all sharing
we're gonna take
visions.
this shit to the sky so they can't go no more. We gonna take
like y'all see it
all
like
worldwide.
Is it like on a Milano level, or you want to get it to like an off-white level where it's more?
I would say it's streetwear.
Streetwear, Milano.
High all-white level, not Milano. Just streetwear.
Now, Milano's is more street. It ain't in like Saks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I would say more so. I'm not looking to maybe be in Saks, but if the opportunity presented itself, I will. But I'm more so just looking to be on the streets,
right.
Straight for the streets.
How old was you when you left?
I was 13. And like my shit was different too. Like, bro, the FBI they ran in my house when I was in it by myself. When the house got raided, I was in it by myself when I was 13.
Damn.
So like, that should even that situation like by that happening, that shit affected me differently.
Right.
You know.
So in that you was like, I don't even want to deal with that.
Yeah, not only that, but I still had my challenges, with the street shit too. You know what I'm saying?
At 13?
No, not 13, but I'm just saying as I got older. You know what I'm saying? As I got older.
He got jumped on the porch early.
Yeah,
Want some water or something? Want some water?
Just hustling. I started hustling though when I was 15, bro.
I started doing that when
I was like 15.
15, I think at 15. That's what I started.
Keep people around you who remind you of your strengths and be honest with you about your weaknesses. So I try to keep solid individuals around me that, will pull me up if I'm slacking or they see me bullshitting. Gee, come on, man, get your head in the game. I try to keep people around me that's like-minded to who I am, also that's gonna pull me up, if I'm slacking. And I also keep people around me that let me know when I'm doing well and when I'm doing good. It's like it worked out because the next podcast I'm going to out of this is in Temple Hills. So it's how it all
worked out perfect.
It worked out perfect.
What you was saying? Appreciate it.
We figured get both episodes on the way, and we only got 2 more left.
Oh yeah, it's my little bro.
What's up with you, bro? Tell you.
How you doing, CNT?
What's up, bro?
You be vlogging?
Yeah, I be blogging. I got like a YouTube series just showing everything what I do for real on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, people like to watch shit like that.
Yeah, for sure. I like to show people the behind the scenes. Because I just left another podcast. Came straight here. Man, I just did another podcast and we lived.
Good.
I'm chilling something, huh?
You alright?
Yeah, chilling.
What's going on, bro? How
You'll
you
be the
doing?
last episode. You be in the U over.
For today or for the
season 1.
for
Y'all
season
expecting
1?
anybody else?
That's what's up. What's this place right here? Like you can rent this out?
Yeah.
This is good.
What's up?
Thanks.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, good. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Autumn.
Alright, my name's Gardner. My girlfriend named Autumn.
That's nice. Alright, can you go ahead and talk to your microphone more? You do not have to.
I can talk from right here.
Say how you gonna sit and I'm gonna adjust it to you.
That's real. I joke. Every season.
Yeah.
Every season. That's how I joke.
Go ahead, do it again.
Testing. I
Thank you.
didn't know
Try.
they even had places like this. The first place I ever heard you could do that at.
What? Rent the equipment?
Like rent the equipment too. Had basically got lights. This all you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So you just gotta come in here and just set up, and you good to go. Bring your camera, man.
You look good.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So I can sit back like this, and you can still hear me.
I actually can. Yeah. Is that where you're gonna sit?
Yeah, I like to sit back, relax a little bit.
But yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming in, man, and talking with us. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
That's alright. You say you just got done another thing today?
Literally just left another podcast. Literally, I came straight here.
You working, huh?
Yeah, I'm working. That was actually my first ever podcast. This is my second. This is my second one. So yeah, right now I said this month I'm gonna go hard, try to get on as many podcasts as I can. Even if they only got 5 followers, I'm here. Just trying to get used to doing interviews. And,
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the exposure.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
So I started off with I have a print company, GW Print, where we, I service for other brands, companies, schools, and we print other people's shirts as well. So that's what I branched off into. Started off with a clothing line. I made the investment to get the print shop because I thought it was more so of a long-term investment to, the clothes ever slowed down.
Yeah.
I have the print shop to fall back on, and I made that investment early because I knew that by me making this investment, it would set me up just to be good long-term. I would definitely be able to create generational wealth.
Yeah,
because business is always going to need t-shirts made, schools will always need t-shirts made. It's a longevity business.
People always gonna need labels and shit, logos.
Right. So that's why I made the investment and started the print business.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. Let's talk about, so you own the clothing brand, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's called Silenzio.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Silenzio means silent and Italian. Silent and Italian. It was originally started by my dad. He started the brand 20 years ago. Yeah, I took the brand back over in 2017. My father was incarcerated at the time. I took the brand back over and I took it to another level. I'm right here with the Trouble Next Door. We just did a dope podcast interview. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the episode. This is the last episode of their season. They decided to do it with me. I'm much appreciated for that. Just make sure y'all go check them out.
Trouble Next Door on all platforms, available everywhere. Check us out now.
I get one more joke.
Hey, barbers, I tell my man as a barber, that's a nice trade to be in. Niggas gonna need haircuts to the day they die.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something that's gonna forever be needed, bro. That's one of the best trades to be in. Something that's gonna forever be needed.
I'm getting through that book work. That shit ain't no joke.
Nah, it's alright. Just stay committed to it. Stay committed to it. You gonna do it. I'm always looking for space that I shoot my photo shoots. I even wanted to start a podcast myself, so knowing that you already got, that's cool.
Yeah, everything.
This was the same thing that they had at the last one too. That same little boy right there. So do you edit the videos for them too?
Nah.
Or you edit them?
Yeah, I edit the videos and I edit the audio.
So we'll do everything as far as like, so they pick their setup on their first day. You know what I'm saying? So I already know what their setup is when they come in.
Okay.
And so we'll either make sure that it's set up or by possession we'll start setting it up. That's the time it's starts. Like I said, everything is included. The audio engineer is included in the price. So you don't have to worry about that. I transfer all the stuff over unless you want to use your own SD cards or whatever, how you want to hook it up.
That's what's up, bro.
As far as photography and stuff, all the lights and backdrops and everything is included. Yeah, we're about to move to another location, so
Camera to jump.
we move in tomorrow. We start moving in tomorrow. So.
I appreciate you, man. Oh, you love me? I ain't gonna. I was trying to get you out.
You know,
I was talking to him. Appreciate you too.
I'm in my own world, man. I don't know. We all want to go down.
That's not the
So
same.
Jamie, so y'all don't know you first.
Y'all go ahead and go first. Y'all go ahead and go
So
first.
when y'all come down, just press L, not
L. That's what take you to the dungeon.
Alright, that's the best one. That was the best interview right there today. I ain't gonna lie, that joint was child. I like the questions they was asking.
You look.